Hi, I'm Jake Birkett from Grey Alien Games, and this is another Pico-8 video for my Cyberjam hobby game. So what I'm going to do now is add a fourth power-up. I love power-ups. I'm going to use this one, and it's going to be a spinning mace that flies around the player, which was in the original Cybernoid game, and I want to do something like that. I need an icon and I need a mace. First, I'm going to just create a starting sort of icon as a placeholder, and we can refine it if need be. Now the bullets have all got this blue color. I could have a blue inner part on the mace and then spikes on the outside, whatever. This is just to get the idea, or which might look kind of cool. It definitely says it's a power up of the same thing and it's a bullet. Or I could have it, you know, solid grey and have sort of white spikes on the outside, something like that. I could also do that. That sort of looks like it might be four-way shot, so I think I need it chonky. I mean, I could make it bigger as well, and have corner spikes. They would need to come out of this power up icon, really. Maybe that would work. I think, though, in terms of representing what it is, I mean, the actual main mace could look like that, but representing it, I want to do it smaller. Let's put it, running out of characters, aren't we? Let's put it over there. Kill out the blue. I know there's a flood fill, but sometimes that's fine. So I wonder if it will look better like this kind of thing. I mean, that definitely looks like some kind of spinning mace. I don't know if having these corner ones is good or not, though. And I wonder if I can do like this instead. It might look really square, though. Yeah, that doesn't look good. That looks bad. Well, we know that now. Oops. So let's kill out those corner ones. I mean, it's okay. What if I make the middle blue? Does that look any good? Sort of. It's quite hard to do a spiky ball with not many pixels. Or go back to this one again. I mean, maybe that's best, actually. That looks kind of spiky and deadly. Yeah, all right. I'm going to use that for now. And I could put grey here on the corners. How does that look? Oh, actually, that's not bad. If I use Control Z, we can sort of compare. So there's that. I like to move the square off of it so I can just look at it there. So I'm going to use Control Z. Oh, it goes back on. Versus that. Which is best? Solid blue in the middle, or Control Y should go forwards, or like that. I think that's got too much grey compared to all the other bullets, so I'm going to go with this one. All right, go back to the power up icon, and I'm going to fill this in again. I just do a bunch of this. Right, we want, I think we can cheat it by doing that. Maybe, and maybe this. No, that looks bad. I mean, I wonder if you picked up a power up that looked like that. Let's put it in the game. You picked up a power up which looked like that, and you saw, and you got that. Is that, you know, representative of it? It sort of is, but it's not brilliant. I mean, I could use, if I used grey on it, yeah, I mean, I could use grey here and then kill out these bits, keep just blue in the middle. but that looks nothing like it. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be chunky in the middle. White didn't look any good there. I could expand the whole thing out so it's the actual sprite. You know, wait, what's wrong with this? That I could do that. So you get exactly what it looks like. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, it's hard to tell. Do I want that or the smaller one? Just Control Z back again and look. I am very fussy about pixel art. What was it? That. So that's the representative version. I like that one because it's got a gap around the outside. It doesn't touch the edge. But I think in the end, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Fine. All right. So I was thinking about how to code this earlier when I went to town and got a curry. And what's the sprite number again? 107. So when the player picks this up, I think what I want to do is spawn a bullet, but make it an invincible bullet so it can't be blown up. That reminds me, if I have I set the flags, yeah. So I'm going to make it invincible. Sprite number 10. I'm going to look for 106, which is the current range, and just see where I spawn those. So 106, here we go. This has to be 107. This should be a constant called max power-ups, really. But, you know, it's a game jam game. We don't have to do everything perfectly. Okay, that's fine. Is 106 in use here? Yeah, collect pickups. So let's call it 107. This means the power-up type would be 107 minus 103, so it's 4. Power-up type 4. Okay. I'm going to look for where I've used power-up type. Often the way I code is just like figure out where I put some previous code and modify. Make bullet. Okay, so power up type 0, 1, 2, 3. Where is 2? Oh, 2 is just rapid fire. Yeah. 3 is going to be the mace. I don't know what they called it in the original, but I think a mace is pretty good. Oh, lowercase mace. So, oh, it's got an or. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, that was for rapid fire 2. Okay, so we need to spawn one. I've just noticed we've got offset X and Y. We are using those, are we? Yeah, okay. Let's spawn, let's copy this. Oh, do we need a sound? I'm not going to have a sound. It's just going to spawn and that's it. So make sprite. Which sprite is it? 13. At the player coordinate at the moment, it's going to have a radius, obviously. I can't remember what that is. I think that's the list. It needs to go on, and number 2 means bullet list. Bullet power. Oh yeah. Do we want it more powerful than a standard bullet? Maybe we should. You know, it's a mace, right? It could be even more. A standard bullet is power 1, I think. Just go up here and yeah. A fat bullet is power 2. So it feels like the mace could be 2 as well, because you've still got your main shooter as well. It could be more, like 3 or something, like really powerful. I don't know if that's over the top. I mean, it does have to spin around twice to hit something. Let's try 3 for a laugh. Okay. Power up type, yeah, fine. Hitbox offset. Right, well, we have to offset. That's going to be tricky. We're actually going to have to dynamically calculate that, I think, based on where the oh no, we can just set the hitbox to the center think it's 0 by default, so I don't even need that. I could leave it in for clarity. So we want it on the center, but I'm not going to test 1 pixel. I'm going to have to change all the code to test. Ideally, I would test it a radius, but against other squares, I mean, it's a bit of a pain. So I'm probably just going to set a square hitbox around the mace. So even if the corners, like I'll show you the sprite again, I might set a square hitbox like this, which means that, you know, it might hit an enemy even though the corner bit there doesn't really have a sprite in it, but that's okay because it works in the player's favor. It's better to do that than shrink the hitbox and make it work against the player, which I know goes contrary to my having a pixel for the other bullets, but that was just sort of expediency really. So set bullet speed, I don't think that's applicable at the moment. Let's just do this. It should spawn it, and it probably should, it won't disappear. Oh, this will only spawn when you press fire. So yeah, there we go. It's like leaving them behind, almost like a mine. That's pretty cool actually. I could have a mine power up, maybe. I'm going to add that to my to-do list. So I'm just tabbing out the game and typing it as an idea. Have I got mine in there? No. Okay. Anyway, it's not supposed to be a mine, it's supposed to go around the player. So the first thing we want to do is not have it activate on fire. So I need to say make bullet. So shoot, it just calls make bullet, but we need to say right, I know what the issue here is. 107, let's look this up. When you pick the power up, it sets the power up type to be, you know, to power up type 4, but we don't want to do that. We want to leave the player power up type as it was, but spawn a mace that doesn't that's attached to the player. So if player.powerup type equals 4, okay, if this is the mace, spawn it and reset power up type. Okay, so player.powerup type goes back to 0 default, and let's get the end in there before I forget. Make bullet, I think that was all. Oh, I need to do it before I reset the power up type. Let's try this. Just save that. Doesn't like that. Double equals. Okay. Right, it spawns 1 on the back. Okay, great. It's just not attached to the player in any shape, form or fashion. All right. Yep, okay. I feel like I need a special field on the player now to attach this mace to it so that we can reference it. Otherwise I'm going to have to scan the bullet list for any bullets of power up type 4, which, you know, in order to modify it, I really want to maybe not. Actually, I could get the bullet and search for the player and adjust the coordinates. So let's try that. There should be a move bullet code somewhere. Move bullet, I don't know what I called it. No. Okay, I'm going to have to scroll through the code. I'm actually going to try out another IDE at some point. This one is quite retro and you can't see much on the screen, and there's not much to help players, coders, sorry, find functions and stuff, especially when you've got multiple tabs like I have and so on. It gets a bit confusing. So the other IDE looks like you can view a lot more on the screen at once and can do other stuff. So I might switch to that for the next video. I forgot about it actually. I was so keen to get on with this coding, I just loaded it Pico-8 straight up. Right, what am I doing? Looking to move the bullets. So I'm just looking for an appropriate function that does that. God, I'm going to use page down. This is getting silly. Enemy fire bullets. No. Update enemy bullets. There must just be an update bullets. Just have a look. Update bullets. No. Maybe I do it within the player code. It's been so long since I've looked at this. Oh, and maybe it's just in... No, hang on. Oh, I'm in the enemy code. This is why I've been an idiot looking at the wrong code. Okay, start again. This is the bullet code. Sorry, the player movement code. Shooting. Okay, update bullets. Yeah, I knew there was one somewhere. So this calls update sprite. All right, so update sprite just handles basic movement in the delta X and Y, no doubt. Let's go and have a look. Update sprite, move it, animate it. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Update bullets. So I need a special case here for... Okay, so I need to say if s dot, was it bullet type, equals 4, then do something else. Else, just do it normally. Okay. Mace should move around the player. So I'm just going to do a test here to make sure it works. dx plus equals 1. So when I pick it up, it should move sideways. It doesn't, so something's gone wrong. Is it due to bullet type? Oh, not dx, just s dot x plus equals 1. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm going to set the this to be the player X and the bullet Y to be the player Y. So it should follow you around now. You can't see it. You sort of can see one dot of it, but it's directly behind the player. So we know it's following you. Now it needs to be out by a radius. So we've got to do a little bit of maths. And we also have to track the angle of how far round it's gone. I wonder if we can use sign counter. No, I'm going to have to probably have a new field for this. So yeah, okay, just having a think about this. I'm going to make some local variables first. Angle equals 0. And I'm going to say a radius, local radius equals, let's go with 10 for now, 12 maybe. And we want to say, set the X to be player X plus, I always get confused if it's sine for X or cosine for X. I don't know, let's just try this. Sine angle times radius. And then cosine for the other one, for the Y. Let's just see what that does. I can't see it anywhere, so that obviously went badly wrong. Let's do a debug of this value. So debug 1 equals that. That's, oh, I saw it then it disappeared. Is it because it was hitting the scenery? No. Why is it disappearing when it hits that block? Very strange. Alright, so, and it's disappearing then. Yeah, okay. Don't know what's going on. Probably, it must be collision with the scenery. So if that's 0, let's just flip these around and see what happens. All right, yeah, that's probably 0 based on standard maths. Let's see what 90 is. 90 should be underneath. Assuming it's not in radians. It hasn't altered. Maybe it is in radians. Pi. Is pi. I can't actually. I don't know if Pico-8's got a pi value. Aha! Now we're getting somewhere. So there's 2 pi radians, and if I do times 2, yeah, this is getting weirder. I'm going to have to look up, quickly tab out and find out if Pico-8 sine uses radians or degrees, so bear with me. Pico-8 sine, just googling this. Input range, oh, 0 to 1. Huh, okay. All right, let's flip back. Okay, so 1 should be the same, then it should be to the side, yeah, and 0.25 should be down or up. Okay, that might be because I've got these two the wrong way around. Where did that go? It looked like it was behind. This is just getting worse. What's 0.5? Above. This isn't making sense. Okay, I'm going to look at the documentation again. Let's have a look. 0.5 should have been behind. So cosine is the x, sine is the y. Okay. So it should be like this. What's 0.5? Behind. Yeah, that is correct. So why was 0.25 up instead of down? 0.75. Oops. Okay, I guess I can just stick minus on the y coordinate. Yeah, that's probably what the problem was. Yeah, and then 0.25 should be beneath. Yeah, it is. All right, we're just not seeing it very well because it's getting destroyed. Actually, if I move this power up, put it there. Yeah, okay, fine. So going back to this, we need to obviously increase that angle each frame. I'm going to have to create an angle variable. I don't actually think it will matter if I create it now. If I say s.angle equals or plus equals, I have to think about how many revolutions we want to do. So if we want to do a whole revolution in a second and it's 60 FPS, we need 1/60 there. We don't have to worry about floats or ints in Lua. It sort of knows what it is. So let's try that. It's gonna, it doesn't like it on a field angle or nil value. Okay, so I will have to set this when I create the bullet. So make bullet, oops, and let's find that code. Mace, here we go. B.angle. Where do we want it to appear when you pick it up? I think above. Is that going to work best? Yeah, just so you can see it really obviously. So I think that was 0.75 to start with. No. It should be. There's something going wrong here. Let's just kill that out. Oh, I know what the problem is. We need to let's get rid of this debug value. We have to change this. Yeah, there we go. A mace. And it appears above. It feels a bit weird. It's just, I don't know. I think it's probably correct. It just doesn't do anything. Oh right, it actually destroys the scenery. Kind of. Alright. But I don't want it to get destroyed on the scenery. So that's the first thing I think, which will help me code this. Does not, appears to be going around really strangely. But I don't know if that's just because I'm going up and down. Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't quite look right. Anyway, let's stop it destroying on the scenery, and that will really help us out. So bullet versus scenery. Here we go. So I basically shouldn't even, yeah, come in here. If it's of that type, I should just abort immediately. If s.bullet type is 4, then return. Mace is invulnerable. What isn't it like? End. Is that what I need? Yeah. So few. Is it correct? I guess so. I'd swear it's closer to the front than the back. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's because I'm drawing the sprite from there. So we need to add in some kind of offsets. We need 1, 2, 3. We need to add in 3. Yeah. Okay. So in the code, move bullet. See, I've always got to trust my instincts when I see. What's wrong with that? Oh, it was called update bullet. Update bullet. Trust my instincts. So when I see something odd, I think there probably is something wrong, and just look at it a bit harder till I get the solution. So it's not just player X. We have to add in an offset. So let's just stuff that on the end. Ideally there'd be brackets to make it clear what's going on there, but we know it's going to use the multiplication first. Offset by 3 pixels to the center of the mace. Okay. Now it looks wrong again still. What the hell? I didn't even notice if the Y was off before. I mean, it's going over the head and quite far down. So am I going the wrong way? There's a lot of experimentation in my code. I sometimes should think about stuff a bit more. This is definitely wrong. Huh. Let me think about this. I'm wondering if it's because in make bullet I am doing some kind of offset when it's created. Let's go and have a look. There's the sprite. Create the sprite. Bullet power 3. There is no hitbox offset, and it's got a default angle, and that's it. It should be fine. Wait, actually, I've just had another thought. Is the player X? Yeah, the player X is surely in the top left as well. So I think maybe I need to do the difference between the two. So if the player X is here, X and Y, the mace is trying to draw from there. Yeah, I need the center point to be, well, okay, it's getting a bit awkward then because the player is 8 pixels wide and the mace is only 7, so maybe it's always going to look slightly off. Is that why? Just searching for angle. Okay, let's just run it again with no offset. Let me slow it down. I stopped taking input. What's the matter with that? This is a bit strange. Run. My key has stopped working. What? Oh, 30 isn't a thing. Okay. So, what if I go over there? Does this help analyze it? I think above and below are quite good. It just looks like it's going further left. And it probably is by, 1 pixel. And it would be further left on the right hand side by 1 pixel. Like if I add in 1 plus 1, it might just look further to the right by 1 pixel. It might be unsolvable. Huh, turns out that actually looks pretty good. And what about the up and down? I mean above and below. It appears to be higher than lower. Actually, another thing I can do to check is reduce the radius. Yeah, I mean that looks correct now going around the player. But maybe the up and down slightly further up, isn't it? What if I check the player sprite? Okay. There's a space under the player. Let's try +1 here. This is me more hacking it than figuring out why. But we've got, yeah, I would say that goes too far down. It's possible because this is a floating point sum. It genuinely needs a 0.5 in there. Yeah. But it doesn't look good sideways for some reason, but up and down, that looks good. What if I do 1.5? Yeah, that's too far right. Okay, I don't know why. But that looks more accurate. I wonder if it still looks okay if let's take it really small. I think, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to have it that small in the game. It looks bad. Is 12 good? Let's just check. I mean, that's quite a wide mace. I wonder if I should have it closer to the player. Maybe. It does mean you've got to get dangerously close to the enemies. It does feel weird when you're flying around. I don't quite know why, what's going on. Like when I'm going, look at that. Is that an optical illusion or is there something going wrong? Test my instincts again. Oh, I get it. It's probably because the bullets are being updated before the player. And so it moves, then the player moves separately, so it's lagging behind. All right, so I'm going to do a different thing. I'm going to say return. Whoops, return. update bullet. Let's find out where it's called. Why is that not update? I have a lot of trouble with this search. No, it's not finding it there. Is it? Why is it called from here or something? Oh, it is. Move player. Oh, that's odd. So move player is happening first, and then the bullets are updated. This order of processing is what? Important? Yeah, I'm sure it is. It felt to me like there was a lag or something. I mean, this does appear to be moving the player first and then, you know, updating the bullet afterwards. There's definitely something going on. Is it? See, when I go left and right, actually, if I go what's going on? Up and down, that actually looks fine. Or does it? Maybe it is an optical illusion. Whew, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. Is it just an optical illusion? What happens if I put the frame rate back to 60? I don't know. It just, something doesn't feel right, and I don't know what it is. But I think it could be an optical illusion. Because sometimes it looks like the mace stays horizontal, but I think that's if you've been falling and you press up, I guess, you know, that's why it's trying to sort of move down, but you're going up. It's just only at certain times. Could be to do with the speed. If I got the speed of the bullet, let's try this. Go with that again. If I updated the angle slower. Oh, right, that's faster. Yeah, that's so fast that you can sort of see it be an anomaly still, but maybe it's less bad. What if it's slower? 120. Ooh, 120. I mean, it's really obviously weird then. I'm a bit worried about having it too fast though in 60 FPS mode. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of silly, I think. Or is it? Would I want it to be that fast? It's kind of cool. I'm going to go with my gut though. I could actually go somewhere in between both. What if it was 90? That's not right, 45. Yeah, that's fast but not super fast. I mean, I can do ridiculous stuff like 10 and then it's like a shield. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's go back to 45. So it's faster than a 1 per second. Okay. Now I need to. It doesn't work on. It doesn't work on solid scenery, but should it work on destructible scenery? And my gut actually says yes. So I think I need to adjust that code. Whoops. Bullet versus scenery. No. Let's try this. Right. So instead of this code here where it's invulnerable, I'm going to keep that in the buffer. If it hit a solid wall, explode the bullet. Otherwise destructible wall. And that, does that explode the bullet as well? Probably does, right? Kills the bullet. Yeah, so okay. All right, I think it's safe to say if you hit a non-destructible wall and it's bullet type 4, return. So don't do any processing on a solid wall. That's fine. Don't blow it up. It won't get down to this code which kills it. The problem is if you hit a destructible wall, it will kill the mace. So I need to say, I need another one in here. I could just have the same return statement actually. I know I could say if it's not 4, then do the kill, but I'm just going to do that. So it won't destroy on those walls, but will destroy those. Yeah, okay. One of the problems is the hitbox is a single pixel at the moment in the middle of the mace, which is poor. It's not even in the middle at the moment. I'm going to set it in the middle for now, but this whole test thing needs to not be pixel based now. It's going to need to be a square, or I test 4 pixels or something like that, you know, up, down, left, right, not bother with the corners. Yeah, okay, make bullet. Let's find the offsets. For now I'm going to put them at 3. I think that's right. Sort of, that's 0, so 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. This should feel better when it hits those things. Yeah, it's a bit better. It still can, look, it's clipping them there. But if I move in, it works. Fly up a bit. Yeah. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it kind of works. Let's make it work on enemies. Bullet versus enemy. Why is it not working at all on enemies at the moment? Actually, you would think it would. Bullet type is 0, else if it's 1. Oh, it's not got any code for bullet type 4. That's a good opportunity for us to do. This has got to be an else if. Good opportunity for us to do the rectangular collision, maybe in here, because we're just testing for hit up here. So or 4 pixels if we're feeling really lazy. No, I'm going to do a proper rectangle. So if test X, which we've identified as the middle, yeah, let's not do that. Let's go back. Hang on. Make bullet. Make bullet. Okay. Let's reset this to 0. I wonder if I say bullet.width equals 7, bullet.height equals 7, because that's what it is, yeah. And then look for bullet versus enemies. Bullet type is, why have I put 2 in there? That's 4. Bullet type is 4. Let's just output a debug value is bullet width. We should see 7. Didn't like that. B, that's because B doesn't exist. It needs to be S. Bullet versus enemies. 7. Okay, fine. So we need to say if test X and test X is the top left at the moment, I think. Oh, hitbox offset. Yeah, that's all 0. So test X is top left, which is fine against the enemy X. And then I want to say if it's less than, problem with a rectangle, we've got to add a whole bunch more ifs in here. Or do we? If I think about this cleverly. Yeah, if the X is greater than the X and test X is greater than that, I'm sure there's a smart way to do this rectangular collision by doing something like test X plus sprite.width. So we test the far right greater than the far left of the player. And then we'll just do the same with the Y. I could be totally off base here. I might have to figure this out on paper. Let me just see what happens. Ooh, what's gone wrong? Yeah, test Y plus, duh, okay. That looked like it worked, I mean, yeah. I mean, is that working? I think so, but I mean, it's quite fast again. I could always slow it down just for testing. So angle, where's the other one? There, plus equals 0.01. This might not be slow enough actually. I mean, it's definitely correct there. What I need is one on the other side. So let's put one over there. Check it over here. Yeah. It's working from underneath. What about on top? Wait for it to go around. Oh, what happened there? Disappeared. Huh, I think it was hitting something off the map. That's a bug. Like that we can't see. Oh, it's those eyeballs. Maybe those eyeballs are invincible. Huh. Okay, let me check the sprite here a moment. I want to check the flags on the sprites. Invincible. Is it because they're an enemy? Yeah, maybe it is. That was the only way I could animate them. They're not actually scenery. Yeah, actually that reminds me, I have to adjust this code anyway. I hadn't finished the enemy attack code for these mace, but when the mace hits an invulnerable enemy, it needs to just do nothing. Like I don't want it to play the invulnerable sound and blow up. So that will be fixed in a minute. I'm just going to make a note in my to-do though. Test mace on eyeball. Okay. So I'll test that later. I don't want to get distracted. What I'm trying to do is test this. You know what's going to be way easier? If I stop messing with the angle for now. Okay, angle. And find where I set it initially. Let's just try this. So we've got it sideways, and that does appear to be working on the, yeah, that appears to be working. I'm going to slow it down again. It's just easier to test everything slower. Let's change the angle to 0.5, so the other side. Get as close as I can. That that's working. And above, oh, below. So this should blow up as soon as it touches it. Looks like it does. Let's try again. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Let's try from underneath. Huh, it's hard to test actually. I can do it over there. I think that's working. Let me just kill out. All right, let's move this up. Yeah, I mean, this appears to be working. I think my rectangle collision code works. I was just dubious. I haven't done it for a while, and so I haven't worked it all out. Angle. Let's restore the code. Let's look at the collision again. Equals. Maybe I can do that. Bullet type is 4. Yeah. So if the x plus the width is greater than that. Yeah. And the x is less than the enemy width. I think I might have to come back and check that, but I mean, it appears to work. So this is all good. This is working. Is the enemy destructible? Right, here's the problem. If the enemy is not destructible, I think this flag here, yeah, flashes the enemy if they've got no health. Otherwise they're invulnerable. Right. So if we are dealing with bullet type 4 mace, we don't want it to do anything. Yeah. I'm going to copy this comment. I knew mace was going to be difficult compared to the other power-ups. Mace is invulnerable, then return. Whoops. And enemy. Yeah. So it would still work on these. Yeah. It won't work on the eyeballs. Oh, let's kill that one out now. Run. Okay, eyeball. Yes, okay. This screen here, I'm going to put a power up on the next screen. Scroll across, plonk one sort of there. Okay, so if I get this, it should work on the rocket. It did. Oh wait, it blew up. Yeah, it mustn't blow up. To just get that rocket out of the way. So it should just pass through these, which it does. All right, and it mustn't blow up when it hits an enemy. We just need the same thing. Delete bullet, but not if it's invulnerable. So you should see it go bang. Ah, okay. That sort of means it insta-kills any enemy. The power doesn't really have any effect. The power is 3, but of course it hits it one frame, then the next frame. You know, it makes me wonder if I want it so you have to circle the mace twice, there would need to be a sort of timeout where it becomes not damaging. But you know what? Maybe it just needs to be super powerful. That sort of solves the problem. Power equals 3. Let's just make it like 100. Then it will do 1 hit. Yeah, 1 hit. It's cleaning this out. 1 hit on that. It still survives. No hits. Yeah. Let's try on. Oh, it sort of disappears when I go off the screen. That actually is another problem. Because all bullets are cleared when you go off the screen, but I need to keep it. I'm going to add that to my to-do. Keep mace when moving off screen. Okay, I mean I need to finish up soon because it's quite long, this video already. But what I want to do is fix the bullet versus scenery so it's also a rectangle. bullet versus enemy. So I'll copy this bit of code for reference. Bullet versus scenery. Yeah, this is only testing on us for a single pixel. Do not test against enemies. Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do is a similar system where I set up a local variable called hit. Bullet versus sceneries hit, and then if hit, then do I need to put is true? What did I do up here? No. Sorry for all the scrolling. If hit, then do blah blah blah. So then end hit equals true. Let's just test the existing code. So that's fine. But I need to say if bullet type, sorry, it's S, isn't it? S dot bullet type equals 4, then otherwise all other bullet types are only testing a single pixel at the moment, even the fat bullet, which I know is rubbish, but it's on scenery, so it doesn't matter so much. So let's do this. There. I'm just going to put in a hit equals false. So it's not going to destroy scenery, but all other bullets will do. Now I can do a rectangular test, or get lazy, I think, because it's testing actual pixels. I don't want to test a whole. I'm going to use similar code, so I'm going to say test the top left, and if that's solid, then hit equals true, and these should be else's. Else test x plus sprite dot width, so this will test the top right. Else bottom right, so plus sprite dot height, and then whoops, s.h bottom left. So it's doing 4 tests, which is going to be adequate, not brilliant. Like I could test up, down, left, right, but it's against. It will probably work in most scenarios. What's the matter now? Something wrong here. Else if. What have I done wrong? Oh, it's because I've stuck end in the if statements. Get rid of that one. And I think for clarity, I might just put that one there. Whoops. Yeah. Doesn't like it. What's the matter? Which line? Unclosed function. It's complaining about the code up here, but I know that I haven't been modifying that code. There we go. Alright, so it should feel. Don't know if that's not working. What's the matter with it? Test X and Y are the top left. Yeah. It is not working, is it? Why is that not working? Looks good to me. I mean, let's just tweak this a minute. Yeah, that's just not working, is it? I mean, something wrong with the bullet type. Let's just put a debug in here again. Debug 1 equals 99 then. Yeah, I don't think the code is even going in there. Bullet versus scenery. If bullet type equals 4. I mean, wait, let's just check. Standard bullets. Standard bullets are working. So if power up type is 4, bullet type is power up type, which should also be 4. I'm going to search for this code again. Wow, okay. Yeah, it must be updating it because it's spinning around. Am I bullet versus scenery? Oh, I misspelled that. Okay, so it is getting in here. It's just not using. Right, so let's output sprite.width here. I thought it had a value set for that. 7, yeah, so sprite.width. It's just not destroying it. Oh, it's because maybe it's because it's the. Yeah, that should be working. The top right should be smashing those. Sort of is eventually. Huh. What is going on? Okay, I'm going to look for make bullet again and check I didn't do anything foolish, because I remember setting an offset earlier, but I thought I got rid of that. There's definitely no offsets. I'm just setting the width and the height. Creating it the player coordinates, moving it in the update. Let's find the, yeah, just setting the X and Y. I mean, there's nothing wrong there. Maybe it's because they've ended up as floating point coordinates somehow. Like they do start as integer, I'm pretty sure, or maybe it doesn't really matter in Lua, and they might end up as floating point after having gone through this. And I wonder if that's messing up the output test somehow. I mean, it was working. Yeah, that was working. Yeah, this is really confusing. It's testing X, Y, then hit is true, else do all these other tests. End, else do that. If it's a hit, blow it up. Unless, oh, okay. Okay, I get it. The problem is I might have been testing a different width here, but I was only blowing up the block based on test X. So I really do need to modify test X each time. That was why. Okay, so we can leave the first one there, then hit is true. Else, we've got to do I would love to break out this if statement, but else it's going to get super nested and crap and be annoying, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do test X is plus equals sprite.width, and then do another test. and then I'm going to say test Y, add to the height. Oh, this still isn't going to work. I think I need a separate function where when a hit has occurred, I call this and I pass in test X and Y, and then, you know, blow up the appropriate block. Bullet versus scenery. Okay, I'm going to have a new function. Destroy scenery. We're passing the sprite, and then test X, comma, test Y. End function. Let's get all of this code. If hit, yeah, we don't need the inside of the if statement, because it won't have called this if there's no hit. Let's tab this in. Did that work? Yeah. So I'm passing the same sprite. I don't even know if this uses S, does it? Yeah, it does. Okay. And I'm passing in the test coordinates. Okay, so let's see. We can do this better now. We can say if pixel solid there, then instead of hit equals true, we can just say destroy scenery. Whoops. S comma test X comma test Y. Get all this. It doesn't run yet. Why not? Unclosed. Probably to do all this stuff. Oh, I see. There's a problem here. Okay. Still no good. Just check this is okay. If, else, and. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this for now and just code that in a sec. Then hit equals true. We don't need that. We need this. Okay, just run that. Doesn't like that. It's gone badly wrong. Test X and nil value. Huh, but I'm passing them in. Oh, it's because they're local. Is that why? It doesn't like going into a function? I wouldn't have thought so. Surely that's not how Pico-8 works. Maybe it is. Really? This doesn't feel right to me. Otherwise, how would pixel solid work? Pixel solid just X, Y, test some stuff, fine. So if it's type 4 else, destroy scenery, it's obviously going in there. I'm just going to debug output. Debug 1 equals test X. Did we see anything on the debug? No. runtime error. Wow, I'm getting stuck here. I mean, I'm passing the values in. I've misspelled it. God, if you were watching this, you're probably face palming. Okay, let's try again. Alright, fine. So that's back to normal. The mace is working with a single top left coordinate. Fine. Good. So, see, this is the problem with Lua. You misspell it. It doesn't tell you you've misspelled it. It just, yeah, it freaks out. It creates a new variable of value 0, you know, and that is a problem. So we're saying do that. Destroy scenery. Else, I think I'm going to have to do the nested stuff. Else test x plus equals sprite width. Run the test again. Yeah, and then I did do an n for now. You didn't see that. Okay, that is definitely smashing on the right side finally. Okay, now we've got to smash underneath, so I'm going to copy this. We need another else. I am going for the horrible nested thing. Else, we can leave test x alone, but we want to test y down by h. Do the test, and one final else. Let's copy the. I'll copy this for now, and this will have an end on it. Finally, we take the x back. Minus equals sprite.width. Do your test. This feels really clunky now, but let's just double check. So it tests the top left, it adds the width and tests that. Then if that fails, it adds the height and tests it. If that fails, I need to indent this. It takes the width back off to go to the bottom left and test that. So I think this should work. Oh. What's wrong now? It's complaining about a syntax error there, but I didn't go anywhere near there. Is it all the else's need properly ending? I think that's what the problem is. Else. Is that what the problem is? I don't normally write giant statements like this. Yeah, okay. So the right hand is working. What about up? Up is working. It's quite hard to test the left, so I'm going to chuck a block down. So scroll across, put some blocks over here, and just get barely touching. Yes. Right, that's all good. And then we've seen, let's just move in. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So finally the mace works. I thought I'd get this done quicker, but you know, I made a lot of stupid mistakes. That's coding. I'm going to boost it back to 60, have one last check, and then call it a day. One bug we haven't fixed yet is when the mace, you go off the screen, the mace disappears. It needs to still exist. Also, actually, I haven't killed the mace when the power up runs out. So kill mace when power up runs out. You may notice that it carries on forever at the moment. So it's like the best power up you could get. And I've just noticed it's not showing the power up on the top on the bar. And that's because I set player power up to back to 0. So you've got you've got your normal firing. It's a real special case, this mace, so I'll need to add that to the UI. Show mace power up on UI. Okay. So it definitely, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Oh, look at that. Oh, and also it still exists after you die, so I've spotted another bug. Kill mace. These are all to do next time. Kill mace when player dies. Okay. Yeah, test your own games, folks. I do wonder if there's a power up icon, it might look better just not. I don't know. It's okay. Alright, that will do for now. That's today's video. Sorry it took a bit longer, but it was a relatively complex power up, but it is a cool one. So next time I will fix those bugs and maybe make a sort of bomb which arcs off underneath you, which the original game had as well. So thanks for watching. That is all for now.